What was the most brutal rejection you have ever received from a woman?
I asked my ex to sign my yearbook on the last day of school. She spent a while writing something. I thought it would be nice. She spent an entire page breaking up with me and walked away while I was trying to read it. I didn't hear from her till school next year. Edit. Well, I didn't expect to get any attention with this, so I went and looked it up. So here it is.
Hey hun, I'm really sorry about breaking up with you. We can still be friends if you want. It's just, I'm not really that into you. And if I stay with you, I will continue to feel like I'm living a lie. I just can't keep lying to your face like that. It hurts me to know that I'm going to end up hurting you, plus I truly am sorry. P.S. I hope you have an awesome summer, buddy. See ya in grade 12. Maybe if I don't move. I hope that you don't mind me writing so much in your yearbook, and I hope that you don't hate me, ever. You are a really good person and a really sweet guy, but I just don't feel a connection when I'm with you. But anyways, these past few weeks with you have been fun, and I will never forget them.
Damn those school dances. I had a weird experience when I kinda incidentally bumped into a friend as a slow dance song came on. So I asked her to dance. She said yes and seemed cool with it. Not flirting or anything like that, just as friends. Then like 30 seconds later, one of her girlfriends wedges in, grabs her and quite literally just steals her away mid-dance while giving me a dirty look. I was more confused than anything else, as was she. Definitely not a great feeling to be left high dry while everyone is partnered up and dancing around you on the floor. Then just awkwardly sort of shuffling back to my seating.
Here's one that confused me. See if any of you can make heads or tails of it. There was this girl years ago that lived across the hall from me at my apartment complex. She was very extroverted and friendly, but I didn't read that as a sign of attraction because she was a former sorority girl, and they tend to be like that. Either way, we became good friends. I took care of her once when she was sick. We'd watch movies, etc. Then, one day, she texted me when she was out of town to ask if I thought she was beautiful. I said yes. She then, for Christmas, a month later, included a letter written to me about how much joy I bring into her life and included a kiss me coupon. All of my friends that were girls were 110% sure she was crushing on me, but I remained mostly convinced she was just being overtly flirty. Either way, I decided to ask her out. When I did, she said, What are you doing? Have I ever given you the slightest indication that I was into you? I asked her about the kiss me coupon. She said that was just a friendly gift she'd give anyone. She later accused me of gaslighting her about this whole situation. It was a wild time.
When I was at high school, 14 years old, I decided to ask Louise, a girl from my class, out on a date. Unfortunately, I decided to do this at lunchtime and right after I had finished a bag of cheese and onion-flavored crisps. I sat next to her and started to talk to her, but before I even got to ask the question, she caught wind of my breath and said, and these words are tattooed on my soul, "Oh fuck off, you stink." It's been 32 years and I still blame the crisps.
In 7th grade, I had a crush on this girl, so I figured flowers and chocolates would be a good idea, my mom's, to bring to her house and ask her out on a date. I asked her friends if it was a good idea and they said she would love it. My mom drops me off at her house and watches as I go up to the door and ask her out. I ring the doorbell and her mom opens the door. "Hey, is Stephanie here?" Her mom, "Oh, what is this for?" I tell her that I wanted to ask her daughter out and if she would be my Valentine. Her mom, now blushing and super excited about how polite and nice I was, "Oh, let me get her." A couple minutes go by and Stephanie comes to the door. "Hey Stephanie, I was told you had a crush on me, and your friends said it would be a good idea. So would you like to be my Valentine and go to the movies this weekend?" She looks at me, smiles, laughs awkwardly and tells me no. I looked so confused, like I just got blindsided. Before I can even say anything, she closes the door. The whole weekend I feel like shit, because I thought I was going to go to a movie with her. Turns out her friends thought it would be funny to have me do the whole thing, knowing I would be rejected. Monday comes around and I walk in and her friends make fun of me and try to embarrass her with it. It sucked. The first class I wanted to just go walk in traffic. By lunchtime it spread everywhere and everyone knew about it. But every other girl was either, "Wait, why didn't he ask me out?" I want to have someone come to my door and ask me to be their Valentine. Or geez, Stephanie and her friends are a bunch of a-holes. Literally after that, every girl that may have had a crush on me wanted to talk to me. It backfired on Stephanie and her friends like they didn't even know. One of the teachers even heard about it and stopped me in the hallway and said next Valentine's Day I could ask her jokingly. That propelled me into trying to understand how to be romantic and court women.
She kissed me in the evening and was on her way to my pants, but we did not go further. She was kinda drunk, so figured that could end badly. Next day she told me she did not remember a thing and wouldn't have done it if she weren't that drunk. I had quite the crush on her, and since it was her birthday the next week I already had a present for her. Not very expensive, but personal, the right in the feels type of thing. I gave it to her early since after she rejected me, I knew we wouldn't stay friends. She cried, said she had never received a gift as great as this, and that's how it ended. I would love to convince myself that she regretted rejecting me in that moment, but let's be real. This is what happened. We stopped having contact, and her brother, who's a buddy of mine, told me she went into a clinic for alcohol addiction and later got a new guy. She is happy now from all I know, but the thought of what could have been still is quite bitter.
My story ended up with a good ending at least. I'm making up names though, but the last name is relevant to the story, so just know it's a fake last name. I was in grade 11, and I was reffing soccer. I met a girl from one of the teams from a different town playing that day. Let's call her Jenny Floyka. Last name was unique enough to not be common. We ended up hanging out a bit over the next few weeks, and she asked me to be her grad date. So I said yes. Day of graduation comes. She asked me to pick her up at her friend's house. I tell her on the phone that I'm ready to go and leaving my house right then. So I drive like 45 minutes to their town, to the place she asked me to pick her up. No answer. I don't sweat it. I assume she had to run. I go to the school. I watched the entire grad ceremony for a school I didn't even go to and didn't know anyone. Afterwards, I find her, and she's like, yeah, you can just go home. I'm here with another guy. So I'm already in town. I call up one of my friends. Hey, I got ditched. It's kind of a weird story. Want to hang out? And I'm in a suit. Hope that's cool. She responds with, yeah, come on over. By the way, I have a friend over. Hope that's fine. So I go to her house, and her friend, let's call her Annie, is like super into me from like the moment she met me. Like it was very obvious. At one point in the night, she mentioned she never kissed a guy before and really wanted to make out. So we did. Her friend was not around at the moment, so it wasn't weird. At one point I asked Annie what her last name is.
It's Floyka.
Wait, are you related to Jenny?
Yeah, that's my sister.
It turned into the best revenge ever because it was entirely unplanned. I had no reason to even think they were related until that moment. Ha, screw you, Jenny.
For me, the most brutal ones are the ones that leave me confused as hell. I've had too many instances of us talking for about a week or two and we're hitting it off well. She thinks I'm funny, she calls me cute, etc. And then when the time comes, it turns out she doesn't see me that way, or she doesn't know what she wants right now, and then has a boyfriend a week or two later. Or all of a sudden she's talking to some other guy one day during the week or two that we started talking. It pretty much means I'm everything they want, except I'm just not attractive, and that blows. Especially when they were the one who made you think they were attracted to you in the first place. I've been told you no before, only once thank God, and I've gotten your snaps and chats are pending until X adds you as a friend multiple times. But nothing hurts worse than them hyping you up, and it turns out that it's not like that.
I know exactly what you mean. That is the worst feeling. I once had it where I asked a woman out and she said yes, but wanted to wait until the semester was over to go out since it was finals. Then once finals were over, she was just like, wait, what? I thought you wanted to go out as friends. I have a boyfriend. Then she just stopped talking to me. It feels awful, since I really make myself vulnerable when I am expressing interest in them. And when they end up using me like that, then expecting me to stay silent as they put me down, hurts a lot.
That's fucked up. If it makes you feel better, someone like that is really doing you a favor. Imagine 40 years of marriage stuck with someone like that. I had a friend after college who nearly unalived himself because he was being abused by his wife. Gotta be careful who you settle down with.